The moment the comment surfaced, it spread across social media like wildfire, igniting fresh debate and renewed scrutiny around one of the most polarizing royal marriages of the modern era. At 55, Megyn Kelly has finally spoken at length about Meghan Markle, and her words have left audiences stunned. In a discussion that many viewers say they had to rewind just to believe what they were hearing, Kelly laid out her perspective on Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry, suggesting that the marriage was driven less by love and more by ambition, fame, and financial security. The reaction has been intense, emotional, and deeply divided, with supporters and critics clashing once again over a story that refuses to fade quietly into the background. If you found this report insightful, take a moment to reflect on how celebrity culture shapes health trends and why responsible conversation matters. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more in-depth coverage that goes beyond the headlines and keeps you informed as these stories continue to unfold. Share this video, leave your thoughts in the comments section. According to the account now circulating widely, Megyn Kelly did not mince her words. Speaking with the confidence of someone who believes she is saying what others are afraid to voice, Kelly framed her comments as an observation built over years of watching Meghan Markle's public trajectory. She pointed to Meghan's Hollywood background, her carefully cultivated public image, and the way her profile changed dramatically after her relationship with Prince Harry became public. Kelly argued that the transformation was not accidental, but strategic, suggesting that Meghan understood the power of the royal connection and leveraged it to elevate herself onto a global stage. Kelly's remarks have been described by some as brutally honest and by others as unfairly harsh. She reportedly emphasized that fame was not a byproduct of the marriage, but a motivating factor from the very beginning. In her view, Meghan entered the royal world with a clear understanding of what it could offer her in terms of visibility, influence, and long-term financial opportunity. Kelly suggested that Prince Harry, already emotionally vulnerable and eager to break free from royal constraints, was the perfect partner for someone seeking both status and independence from the traditional royal structure. As this narrative gained traction, royal watchers quickly noted that these claims echo long-standing criticisms that have followed Meghan since her engagement announcement. Critics have often accused her of being overly media-savvy, too comfortable with the spotlight, and unusually assertive for someone marrying into an institution built on restraint and tradition. Supporters, on the other hand, argue that Meghan was unfairly targeted from the start, facing scrutiny and hostility that no modern royal bride should have endured. Kelly's comments, whether intentional or not, have reopened those old wounds. In her discussion, Kelly reportedly contrasted Meghan's behavior with that of other women who married into the royal family. She suggested that while figures like Catherine, Princess of Wales, appeared to slowly adapt to royal life, Meghan seemed intent on reshaping it around herself. Kelly framed this not as empowerment, but as evidence of a larger plan, claiming that Meghan's dissatisfaction with royal limitations revealed a deeper desire for autonomy, branding power, and financial control that the monarchy simply could not provide. One of the most controversial aspects of Kelly's commentary centers on money. According to her remarks, Kelly implied that Meghan quickly realized the royal family's wealth was not as personally accessible as many outsiders assume. She suggested that the reality of royal finances, with their rules, trusts, and limitations, clashed with Meghan's expectations. In Kelly's telling, this realization may have accelerated the couple's eventual decision to step away from royal duties and pursue independent ventures in the United States, where commercial opportunities were far more lucrative. Kelly also reportedly addressed the media strategy surrounding Meghan and Harry, describing it as calculated rather than reactive. She suggested that interviews, documentaries, and public statements were not merely acts of self-defense but part of a broader effort to control the narrative and monetize their story. From this perspective, the marriage became not just a personal relationship, but the foundation of a brand built on controversy, victimhood, and constant public engagement. These claims have, unsurprisingly, sparked outrage among Meghan's supporters. Many argue that Kelly's commentary ignores the intense pressure and criticism Meghan faced from the British tabloids, as well as the cultural and racial dimensions of her experience. They contend that choosing to speak out, leave the royal family, and pursue financial independence does not automatically equate to greed or manipulation. Instead, they see it as a modern response to an outdated system that failed to protect her. Still, Kelly's critics acknowledge that her comments resonate with a segment of the public that has long been skeptical of Meghan's intentions. For these viewers, Kelly's willingness to articulate what they already believe feels validating. They point to the rapid succession of high-profile deals, the emphasis on personal storytelling, and the continued public critique of the royal family as evidence that fame and money play a central role in Meghan and Harry's post-royal life. The timing of Kelly's remarks is also significant. Public interest in the Sussexes has shifted in recent years, with some audiences expressing fatigue over repeated revelations and grievances. Against this backdrop, Kelly's blunt assessment feels, to some, like a turning point, signaling a broader cultural shift in how Meghan and Harry are perceived. Where once sympathy dominated the conversation, skepticism now appears to be gaining ground. What makes this moment particularly striking is the confidence with which Kelly delivered her claims. She did not present them as speculation, but as conclusions drawn from years of observation. That certainty has intensified the reaction, prompting heated debates across television panels, podcasts, and social media platforms. Supporters accuse Kelly of reducing a complex relationship to cynical motivations, while critics applaud her for saying what they believe others refuse to acknowledge. It is important to note that Meghan Markle has not publicly responded to Kelly's latest remarks. Historically, Meghan and Harry have chosen their moments carefully, often responding through interviews or carefully worded statements rather than direct rebuttals. Whether they will address this specific controversy remains to be seen, but the silence itself has only fueled further speculation and analysis. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is clear: the fascination with Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and their choices shows no sign of fading. Every new comment, every fresh perspective, becomes another chapter in a saga that blends royalty, celebrity, media power, and personal ambition. Megyn Kelly's comments have added fuel to an already blazing fire, ensuring that the debate will continue well beyond this news cycle. For viewers trying to make sense of it all, the truth likely lies somewhere between the extremes. Relationships are rarely driven by a single motive, and public figures,